You know, after such an amazing set, the toughest thing to do as a radio presenter is ask the DJ behind the set. Hi guys, hi. Okay, so I've got a new phone, and I'm trying to sync it with my old phone, so I can't get WhatsApp and play the music that we want to play. So quickly have the radio on. But yes, let's give it another minute or so. I know we can do a lot better than what we're doing now. 15 people on, so I'll just give it another minute or two, and then we will jumpstart into the presentation. I'm sure it's the weather that we had today that everybody's still at the beach. But yeah, let's give it another minute or two. We'll kickstart. Okay, almost there. I'm going to start in reverse today. Is there any questions? Because normally when I do a presentation, there's absolutely no questions. I'm beginning to wonder about that. Anybody have any questions? For those who are new on the call tonight, you can raise your hands so we can welcome you. Let me know. Anybody bringing in the new people?
I am new to the call.
Hi, guy. You are?
I'm Peter.
Peter. Hi, Peter. Welcome. Welcome to everybody. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, the settings are working. Okay. I think just one more minute. We'll just give it till 4 minutes past 7. I don't want to be unfair to those people that are already on the call. So we have one newbie. I'm going to do the presentation a little bit different tonight in that I'm just going to highlight the importance of crypto and then just go through the presentation as per norm and show you 1 or 2 accounts. I'll try and cover everything within a half an hour. And so that it is easier, this will be recorded, and so it will be easier for you guys also to send out this link to prospects and so forth. And then they don't have to sit and listen to a whole hour. Right, so we'll try and cut it down. I'll do my best to see if we can get this whole thing done by 7:30. Okay. Okay, I think we can start. We've given everybody enough time, enough notice. But yeah, so welcome to Forsage, guys. Welcome to this Tuesday night presentation. And basically, Forsage, in a nutshell, if you don't know, is a platform that offers you an opportunity to acquire Ethereum. And as we know, Ethereum is definitely going to be on the increase this year. It is not a maybe or a risk that you're taking. We know this simply because Bitcoin has halved 2 months ago, and we know what happens with Bitcoin when it gets halved. It spikes. And Bitcoin, since it's the leading cryptocurrency in the world, it will drag all other cryptos up with it. Now, the Ethereum currency is the second largest currency in the world at the moment. So there are many reasons why you want to jump onto the Forsage platform. And one of it is obviously to acquire the Ethereum, as I said, but also, you know what, Ethereum being $250 now, about 2 months ago, it was about $200. So now is the opportunity to acquire as many Ethereum as possible. And so when it spikes, when it gets to that $1,700 mark, and you're sitting with enough Ethereum, then you're in for a way. Then you've actually made a good investment, okay? But Forsage also offers you the opportunity to earn while, and when I say earn, I'm talking about fiat currency, because we're still in a fiat world, all right? That's not totally gone yet. It's becoming a dinosaur. People that are still dealing in rands and cents and dollars and pounds and so forth find it still hard to believe, because wherever they go, people are still asking for rands and cents and dollars. You put your hand in your wallet, you find paper money. So it is still difficult for people to comprehend that there's a shift in what's going to happen and in terms of crypto. But make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, crypto is what you're going to have, albeit Ethereum, Bitcoin, doesn't matter what, but you are going to need crypto in the very near future. If not for ourselves, and definitely for our children, because there's going to come a time when you can purchase, and you can only purchase in crypto and not in fiat currency. Okay, paper money has absolutely no value. We know this. In 1972, it got separated from the gold. And since then, okay, they say gold has spiked, but in actual fact, it is the fiat currency that has lost its value. It's got no buying power. And that is what we look at. Okay, we don't look at the value of money. We look at buying power. What can it buy you? And and I'll make this disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, but you will see why I would prefer to have my money in crypto at this point in time than to have it in the bank. Okay, there's just so much better options for you outside the banking world. And so when you want to jump into a platform, you need to make sure that you're jumping into the right platform. And one of it that you have to look at for, or one of the things that you look at for, is that it's decentralized. All right? What I mean by decentralized, basically, it is on a blockchain, all right? And there's a smart contract in place. Now, when something is on the blockchain, it is completely transparent. It is unhackable, right? The system cannot be manipulated in any shape, form, or size. And when it's on a smart contract, on top of that, it means there's no administration involved. There's no people that takes care of this. Once the developers put this thing in place, they run it out on the blockchain, and that's it. Okay? As you come in and you make your investments, it is the matrix that positions you. It is the matrix that will then give you the necessary spillover, as you will see when you're in Forsage. Okay? But spillover is obviously a bonus. This is by no means a residual income. It is by no means a passive income. This is a sporadic income. It happens when it happens. But when it happens, okay, it's value for money. That I can almost promise you. It is extremely value for money when it happens. So these are the things that you need to look out for. Then you know you are in a safe environment. Also, with Forsage, when people come on board and they do their investments, the investment is not into Forsage. This is a peer-to-peer. So in other words, what I mean by that is there are soft wallets in place, like a trust wallet, like a MetaMask, like a token pocket. Those wallets are in place. Those wallets are linked to Forsage. So when you come in and you make your investment, all right, that means you make your investment to the person above you or to the person above that person, and I will show you guys how. But effectively, when you make that investment goes directly to that person's wallet, which is outside of Forsage. Okay, so when Forsage, if something should go wrong, it is a web page and it can get taken down for sure. But when it gets taken down, your money is not in Forsage. It is in your digital bank account, which is lying outside Forsage. So this is just where they will show you how you have transacted over the period, how much money you've made, how much Ethereum you have made and spent, and so forth. Okay. So those are the things that is very key to look out for when jumping into a platform. Make sure that it's not a platform where your money is inside that platform. Anything happens to the platform, your money is gone. So this is an extremely safe environment. Okay. Now, how does it basically work? Well, Forsage is a working platform. All right. It's a matrix, and there are two levels, as it were, two platforms within Forsage. The one is an X4 platform, and then there's the X3 platform. The difference between the two is that the X4 platform is basically your investors platform. Here, if you want to come in with as many slots as possible, ideally that is what you want to do, and you will be at the mercy of the matrix to see how you then get overflow, spillover from the top or the bottom. And then in such a manner, you would then grow your Ethereum base, which will then allow you to either draw that money out or to level up to next levels. Okay, so this is your X4 platform. Your X3 platform is basically for people that cannot afford to come in deep on your X4. Then you need to work this platform. Right, so this is where you do all your invitations. You invite people to come and join Forsage, and in so doing, you would then get your commissions. And with the commissions, you can then obviously level up on X4. So there's two platforms. One is your investors. One is your platform where you bring in. It's a networking platform as such. Right? There is no expiration date to the slots that you are purchasing. So if you're wondering what is it that you're actually buying when you put your money into Forsage, you are purchasing a license per every slots. There are 12 slots, and I'll show you that now. There are 12 slots in every platform. That is what you're purchasing. That is your license. That is your product. All right. And it allows you to earn sporadic income for the rest of your life. And obviously, if Forsage is around in the next 20, 30 years, you can roll that over to your kids and they can continue with your account. Okay. And so there's unlimited reinvestments that you can make. In other words, you can also hold more than one account and so forth. All right. There's absolutely no problem doing that. So those are the two platforms that you have to obviously adhere to. Then this is what it looks like. This is your X3 platform. As I mentioned, there are 12 levels. And similarly, that's your X4 platform. These are your 12 levels. Each one of these levels carry a Ethereum value, as you can see. All right. Identical. Whatever you see on X3 is what you're going to see on X4. So again, as mentioned, you want to come in, and I will reiterate this over and over, that you want to come in as deep as possible on your X4 to generate as much income as you can, okay? But at the same time, as an investor, as you're coming in and you're not introducing this, and you don't have to, you absolutely do not have to bring in anybody into the business, right? But why wouldn't you? Okay, because there's two types of spillover that you get here. One is from the matrix itself, and like I said, it happens when it happens. And the second spillover is the kind of spillover that you generate for yourself. And I will show you exactly how that works. Right? And simply you need to bring in 3 people, and then you get the ball rolling. Now, the minute people hear, I need to bring in 3 people or a person or whatever, it's a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean? People, I mentioned this over and over and over. Everything in this world is a pyramid. There is nothing that you can do, say, and touch that doesn't involve another person. Everybody's dependent on everybody. The job that you're doing, that you're working in, if you're never going to earn more than your boss. We say this over and over again. Okay, the products that you're manufacturing within that company, if you don't sell it to the outside world, that company is not going to make money. So you're always going to need some sort of influence from another person. You're always going to need buyers. You're always going to need traction. You're always going to need a peer-to-peer scenario. And so the minute you want to label it as a pyramid, then people tend to shy away. But that's what they do every day, and they got no problem doing it. So there's nothing wrong with a pyramid. People, please understand that. It is the Ponzi schemes that we need to stay clear of. Ponzi schemes is where you make money on money, and there's no product involved. And obviously, only the people in the system will benefit. People that are coming in, if they don't bring in anybody, well, then they don't benefit, and that's how they lose out. So please do not draw comparisons to a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme. There's a huge difference, right? But in the true sense of the word, Forsage is not a pyramid in the true sense. Why? Because you are your own boss when you come into this business. Secondly, you are paid by people that is already in the system. And currently there's about almost 400,000 people in the system. So if you are paid by people that is already in, that means you're getting spillover from the top and you're getting spillover from the bottom. How does that make it a pyramid in the true sense of the word? Okay. But it's essential that this is a business that you're looking at. And like any business, you're going to invest in your business, albeit a photocopying shop, a coffee shop, whatever. You are going to invest in that business. And then you are going to start sending out pamphlets and advertising and say, I am now open for business, and bring people into your business. Without the feet through your front door, people, you are not going to make money. Forsage is exactly the same. And so for years, people were looking at network marketing as taboo. But in reality, that is how people are making money. You can set up anything, any kind of business. You're going to pay money to set it up, to get that infrastructure going. You're going to have to advertise. You're going to have to bring people through that front door. Otherwise, you're just not going to make money. Forsage is no different. All right? It's just on an internet. It's a phone call away from your next buck, to be honest with you. You pick up the phone, you drop a WhatsApp, you drop an email, and you get people coming to the Zoom call. And that is as easy as that. All right? The difference with Forsage and your ordinary business that you will have out there in the real world is that if no one comes through your front door here, you don't lose. But if you own a coffee shop or a restaurant or whatever and people don't come through that front door, you've got stock that will decay. Right? You've got rent that you have to pay. So why wouldn't you want to jump onto Forsage? Why wouldn't you want to put your money into this business, and you can earn whether or not people come through your front door. But people are always coming through the door. Okay, and you can benefit from that. So the registration works like this. You need 0.05 Ethereum, which if you have to put a dollar value next to that, it's going to cost you anywhere between $14 to $20. Okay, on the given day, depending on what the Ethereum costs, depending on what the 0.05 Ethereum costs, that is what it will cost you to come on board. And then this 0.05 Ethereum gets split into 2. And when I split it into 2, it allows you to buy the one spot on X3 and the one spot on X4. In other words, you will own this level 1 on X3 and this level 1 on X4. That is non-negotiable. That is how you register. You can't come in and say, I just want to register on X3 or I just want to register on X4. It doesn't work that way. You have to take these two, and that's what's going to cost you 0.05. So to start your business, it's only going to cost you, I would say, 400 Rand. 400 Rand at best, it will start your business. To grow your business overnight, you obviously then want to come in a lot deeper, you know, with a 2,000 Rand, a 3,000 or 4,000 Rand. Some people even come with a 400,000 Rand, because that is what it will cost to buy all of this. But that's for life. And so now that you have all these little mini ATMs open to yourself, you will get spillover from top and bottom. When you bring in your people, you will get spillover from them as well. But you will not get it if you don't own these licenses. And that is why it's important to level up and get to this 12 as quick as possible. Right? And if you don't have the money to pump in to get you here, then you utilize the X3 platform. Introduce the people, let them come in. And you might only have a 400 Rand, but the people that you're bringing in might see the bigger picture. You might even see the bigger picture, but you don't have the money. But they will say, okay, now cool. I want to come up to level 4, level 5. It's growing your business. Okay? It's growing your business. So share this opportunity and get out there. So what will happen is you come in with your 0.05. This 0.05 will sit in your Trust Wallet, MetaMask, or your Token Pocket. So when you register, before you even register with Forsage, okay, you have to have those wallets set up. Okay, and then when your upline sends you the link to register, your funds gets drawn from your Trust Wallet and it pays for these 2 slots. And then you are good to go. Okay, then you are good to go. So that's how you register. Now, basically, this is how it works. So you've now sitting with your level 1 on X3. You bring in 3 people. The first 2 people will pay you directly, which means immediately you will get your money back if they put in the same amount of money that you've put in. So in other words, if you've put in 1,000 Rand, so you've come in, okay, and you've taken 1 level there and you've taken maybe 3 levels here. That's your 1,000 Rand. And your 3 people that you bring in come in with 350 Rand each. You're not going to get your money back immediately, but you will get a return, some return on your investment, and then you have to work it to eventually get your 1,000 Rand. But if you come in 3 levels deep, and the 3 people that you bring in also come in 3 levels deep, you get your money back instantaneously. Okay, that's as simple as that. Now, as I mentioned, the first 2 people will pay you. The third person will not pay you. The third person that you bring in will pay your upline. And what happens here will also happen to your people that you've brought in. They will go through the same stuff, and you would also be the upline. As this one is paying your upline, you would also receive monies or Ethereum from these guys here when they bring in their people. All right. So it's not a case of I brought in 3, but I'm only accepting money from 2. You know, I'm losing out on this third person, because you do not. You may not receive money here because he's paying your upline, but I will show you where you will actually receive the Ethereum from this person. But the third person here, okay, what it basically does, he cycles you out. In other words, he clears these spaces for more people to come in, either by you that have brought in another 3 people, or by the 3 people that you brought in and they duplicate what you've done. Okay, you can't put people in this space if there's already someone there. So the third person here ensures that this gets cleared out, ready for more people to come in, and then it's obviously a continuation of earnings. Now, on your X4, as I mentioned, the first 2 people that you sign up that pay you here, there are 2 rows, 2 lines on your X4 under each level. And your first row or line is a non-payment line. And I'll show you later on, you'll find it under every single ID, okay? Every single, and you see under every single level, your first row is your non-payment row. It's your second row that's where you get paid, all right? Just remember that. So on your X4, the first 2 people that you've signed up, these 2 that have paid you here, will fall in your non-payment line here, okay? That will fill up. Your third person that you've put in here that hasn't paid you here, he will end up paying you here. And then, of course, These are also opportunities for people that you can bring in or that your people have brought in. They will land here. You will get paid from them as well. The sixth person will cycle you out. In other words, the sixth person will ensure that all of these blocks are cleared, ready for more people to come in. Okay. The reinvestment. Again, you can, when you come in, as I mentioned, the third person will ensure that these spaces are cleared and reinvestment can take place. In other words, if you feel like you want to bring in another 3 people, then those spaces have been cleared and ready for you to bring in your 3 people. Alternatively, if this person here comes in with these 3 people, remember the first 2 people will pay him and his third person will end up underneath you here in a space that has been cleared by this person. Same with this person over here. He will come in with these 3 people, 2 people will pay him, his third person will end up over here. Why? Because it's empty, because of this person that has cleared everything. But when he does end up here, it pays you. So that's your reinvestment. Now, on your upgrading, there are 12 levels. And here you will see an exclamation mark on level 8. What this basically means is that you have brought in 3 people, or 4, or doesn't matter, but you've brought in people. One of the people, 2 or 3, or all of them, have decided to level up to the next level without notifying you. So in other words, if whoever has gone over to level 9, right, because you are not here, you have not received commission, you've lost out on that commission. So you always want to make sure that when you are in the system and you've got a downline going, right, please make sure there's protocol. People will phone you up and say, listen, I am now going to level up to level 9. How are you doing? Are you okay to level up? Do you have the Ethereum, the money to buy the Ethereum to level up or not? You can't stop that people from leveling up, but the person must at least give you a courtesy call. Now remember, as I told you, 2 people that fall underneath you will pay you. The third person cycles you out. When these 3 spaces are full, it cycles you out. This is empty. Immediately there's an exclamation mark. Immediately you don't get paid from this level anymore until you level up. And people on level 8, it's a lot of money. We're talking about 10, 12,000 Rand at a time here for every person that lands here. So you don't want to lose on that income, all right? And also, as you allow people to pass you and you're not here, you are going to miss out on this potential income here as well. So please take heed to this exclamation mark. When you see it, make a plan and try and level up as quick as possible. Okay. Now, the overflows and the overtaking. As I've mentioned before, this cannot be a pyramid in the true sense of the word. Why? Because you will see there are different color codes on these dots. The dark blue are people that is coming in from at the bottom. They've spilled over. All right. Then you have these lighter shades here. This is from people that is already in the system. Okay. And it's coming from above. And of course, then it's also your personals that you brought in. Okay. And here's maybe someone that has overtook whoever signed up this person has now overtaken his affiliate and is landed on your level. So in other words, to paint the picture properly, you will see that maybe if you are here at number 5, okay, and you brought in someone and he's at you're at number 4, and whoever you brought into the system is also lying with you at number 4. The minute that person that you brought in goes to level number 5, because you are not there, okay, whoever is your upline will receive that person's Ethereum, will receive that person's money. Should have come to you, but because you're not there and you went ahead of you, your upline will get that money. And of course, you will receive the exclamation mark, just to remind you that that is what has happened. So it's very important not to neglect that exclamation mark. So that's your spillovers and overflows. Your payment structure, I will show you on a better page. This is a bit confusing, so we'll just skip this one for a second. But this is the recommended start option, okay? Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor, and people can, follow what I do. Everybody each to their own. But for guidance, I would always say come in as high as possible. If you can, whatever your pocket can afford, all right, you come in as high as possible on your X4, right? And your X3, remember, it is once-off commissions. It's based on the people that you've brought in. It's based on the people that your people have brought in. If you have just brought in 3 people and they don't bring in anybody, you are not going to be earning anything here. It doesn't matter if you come in at level 6. You've spent all that money, 4,000 Rand maybe, to come in at level 6. and then you bring in 3 people and those 3 people come in at 400 Rand. You are not going to earn on level 5, 4, 3, and 2 unless those 3 people start leveling up. But why would you? Because it's a once-off. I would rather take that money and concentrate it here. Because here, I'm not just dependent on the people that I've introduced this to. I can also, by chance, get spillover from the top and the bottom of people that is already in the matrix. So this is where you want to be. X4 is the magical platform. Okay, so that is basically how it works. And then I just want to show you the earning potential of each and every level. So it's exactly the same on X3 and X4. This is, it represents the dollar value. Of course, this will always fluctuate because we're not sure what the Ethereum will be like, but the Ethereum is always constant. Remember, there's something I need to tell you. Your crypto, whenever you have crypto, don't look at the value of crypto. Always look at the amount of crypto. People will say, I've lost money in crypto. There's 2 ways of losing money in crypto. When you pull yourself out of a system, okay, then you lost. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is you come in and I'll use Bitcoin for example. People bought Bitcoin when it was $9,000, $10,000 2 years ago. It's there again now. It will probably spike up to, we believe it will go up to $20,000. Okay, but people can't afford the whole Bitcoin, for example. They will buy a percentage. So they put 100,000 Rand in. Now all of a sudden Bitcoin starts dropping in value. That 100 now fast becomes 90, 80, 70,000 and people panic. And then they say, oh, I'm losing my money. And they take it out of the system. Yes, then you genuinely lost 30K. And then they go around and say, Bitcoin is this and that. There's nothing wrong with Bitcoin. It fluctuates. Leave it in the system. It will go up again. So people that took their money out in 2017 because they were seeing a dip, they cried. They lost. They cried once again this year when they saw Bitcoin has gone back up to $9,000, $10,000. Why did I take my money out? So it's very important that you stay in the system and you ride the wave. Okay. Now more than ever, it's a better time to be in crypto because we know Bitcoin is halved and it's gonna just spike. But always leave your money in the crypto sphere. And then secondly, how you can lose your money is if you involved in a platform, and like I told you earlier on, the monies are lying within the platform and not outside the platform. If that platform shuts down, then of course your money is gone. So those are the 2 key things that you have to remember, and that's how people basically lose. But you can see here, this is level 8 that I'm talking about. $640 was it at the time. It's now, I checked it the day before yesterday, it's about 12,000, 11,000 Rand, 11, 12,000 Rand. Okay, and every one this doubles up. So if this is 11,000, this is 22,000. Then this will be 44,000, 88,000. Okay, 176,000, 176,000 people. And there are some people, I will show you an account now. Some people have just come in with 300-400 Rand. And you know what? They've worked their way up to these levels. They've worked their way up to these levels. Okay, let me just quickly unmute Renata. Renata, you've raised your hand. You can unmute yourself. Renata? Yeah.
Hi, good evening, Brendan. I want to ask a question, but I think I should ask it after the presentation, but I raised my hand too early.
You can go ahead. You can, I'm going to show a couple.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have people that I've signed up, but now that person's money, the one account, the one guy has an account with Old Mutual, but I don't see Old Mutual featuring on the available banks. But his money was paid already. So how do I get hold of that money again?
Okay, that is definitely a training question, but no problem. I can quickly answer that. So the money is coming from Old Mutual, and he needs to put it into his Trust wallet or MetaMask, correct?
Into Forsage.
You cannot. Forsage is only suitable for Trust, MetaMask, and Token Pocket. So wherever his money is, he needs to convert it into crypto, i.e. he needs to put it into his Luno or to his altcoin trader, okay? And from there, he has to move it to his Trust wallet or MetaMask.
Okay, sorry, I must spoken there. It went to altcoin trader. the money.
Okay, now from altcoin trader, he needs to move it to one of his soft wallets, and then he can from his soft wallet, because Forsage is not linked to altcoin.
But it's not.
No problem. We will chat afterwards. I will phone you afterwards, and I'll give you comments on that. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Brandon.
No problem. Okay, so guys, so here you can see with this account here, this is my account. I've introduced 15 people. Now it's not so much about the amount of people that you bring in, but these people that I brought in here, these are networkers. Okay, and that's why I tapped into them, and they started growing the business, and they're growing their own business. But as you can see, I'm in it for about 2 months, and it's not too bad. For the 2,500 Rand that I put on the table, I came in up to level 4. And of course, I got a little bit of spillover. I got a little, because of introducing it to some people. I didn't introduce to 15 all at once. I introduced it to 6 first. And with that commissions, I managed to level up to level 5. Then I introduced another 6 people, and I made some more money. And of course, I moved up to, right where you can see, level 10. Okay. So this is where you want to be. And I'm just too shy. But I also want to show you an account where someone has brought in absolutely nobody. Okay, absolutely nobody. Again, you do not have to share this opportunity. This is a person here that's brought in no person, and he's already earned $1,631. But he came in as an investor. You see, he leveled up to 7. So this is where you want to be. Then you can sit back. Remember, this platforms, these licenses, they're for life. They're for life. So you give it a chance. If this is what you want to do, no problem. But you can't come in at X3 on level 1, X3 X4 on level 1 as well, and call yourself an investor and say, well, look, I saw a clip where there was a guy, he brought in absolutely nobody and he made $1,600. It's not going to happen to you if you're only going to sit with these 2 levels. Because remember, there are 420,000 people in the system, and everybody has to take the level 1 on X3 and level 1 on X4. So if you are sitting here, your chances of a freebie is what? 420,000 to 1. That's basically your chances. The further away you go away from level 1, the less people there are, the more likely you are to receive spillover, if that is the speed that you're on. But I don't depend on spillovers. I work the system. I will make sure that with my 15 people, I make sure that they all level up as well. Because as they level up, I earn. And I will make sure that they do the same with their people. This is a working platform. This is not just to come in and catch a snooze. But you can if you want to. All right? But then you must exercise the patience. Now here is someone, I'll show you now, that has just brought in 1 person, and this is what I'm talking about. It is the quality of people that you can bring in, okay? This person here has just brought in 1 person, and he's already made $3,898. And again, understand something. This is not money that is sitting in his bank account, okay? This is money that is earned whilst in Forsage. He's obviously used from this money to level up. And you can see he's on level 8. The person that he signed up, okay, she's also on level 8. But she only came in on level 1 on X4 and level 1 on X3. And she brought in 7 people. That's it. Those 7 people went and brought in their peoples and so forth. And she used that commissions to level up. Okay, on Thursday we do training. We will show you how to register, how to move your rands and cents or dollars into crypto, how to get involved in Forsage. Also, how to approach people. What we will also tell you on Thursday, more importantly, is that when you have a downline, you can leverage off that downline. All right, and it will help you grow. It will help you grow. What do I mean by that? For example, if I need to level up to level 11, this is going to cost me 11, 22, 44, 88,000, say 90,000 Rand. It will cost me. I don't have 90,000 Rand, but in the system, I've got 90K. How do I have 90K in the system? I look at my partners. All right? I see what have they got. Where are they sitting? They're sitting here on X4. I can see where they're sitting. I can see here's someone on 6. If I help this person from 6 to 7, if I help this person from 7 to 8, because he might just need a little bit of Ethereum, then that means, okay, I will then get paid when I move them up. I don't want to bore you with all the details. This is just a presentation, but it's just to show you how you can leverage off people, and you can only leverage off people if you have people. Okay, so as much as what you want to come in here and just be the investor, share the opportunity, people. Just share the opportunity. It will benefit you like you can never imagine, and obviously it will benefit the person that you're talking to, because there's a reason why you're sharing it to him. You're not sharing it with him because you want to make money off him. You're sharing it with him because he's also maybe in a financial rut, and you want to help him get it out. And just by sharing this opportunity, you will definitely be able to empower everybody, including yourself. Is there any questions at this point in time? You can raise your hands, please. Any questions? I think there was a Peter that was new. I'm sure he must have a question. Are we going to hit the record and go at 1938? Please, if you're new to the group, if you're new to the Zoom call, please get in contact with the person that has brought you in, and let them link you up with the group chats. We have group chats on Telegram. We have group chats on WhatsApp. There's loads of information that's floating around there to get you started. And yeah, I think if there's no other questions, guys, I'm going to end it off here. And we will see you for training on Thursday. Is that all good? You can just in the chat group let me know. Is everybody okay? One more time before I log off. All right, it seems everybody is happy. But sorry, this Zana. Yes, Zana, you can unmute yourself.
I just wanted to say thank you very much, Brandon. And no, we've got the questions done, and I'm very happy for the people who turned up and are invited. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay, guys, so that's excellent. I tried to push it to a half an hour. We will get better and better at that. So yeah, it's plain and simple and extremely easy to navigate your way around. Okay, great. Guys, have a blessed evening, and we will see you on Thursday for the training and the Q&A. Please, if you have any questions, prepare them, and so that you can raise them on Thursday. And try and bring as many people as you can to the training. It'll be awesome. Anyway, good night, everybody, and yeah, drive on safely. Go well. Cheers, man. Bye.